if I was a customer and I was interested in Cohesis, is there a particular size or maybe industry? I guess what's the ideal Cohesis customer? And by contrast, are there customers who are too small or too large? Can anyone talk to you?
Well, look, we're always happy to talk to anyone. I suppose, you know, we wouldn't necessarily turn people away. I mean, typically, we do have a broad range of customers. So a large part of our strategic work is done in local government. We work with a number of what I would say tier one cities over here in WA. We also work with some of the, I actually enjoy working with a lot of the smaller local governments, some of the shires as well, that really need assistance as well. So we do a lot of work in local government. We also do work for a not-for-profit. We're currently engaged with an organisation which is a very well-known tourist attraction down in Busselton. So we're helping them with their strategic direction. But we also do a lot of work with enterprises as well. And typically, we tend to do most of our work with SMEs that don't necessarily have a CIO or who don't really need or want one or can't afford them, but they want that strategic advice. And in terms of industrial sectors, we typically work with people in the professional services sector and people in manufacturing, inventory areas, because typically, you know, at the very, very superficial level, professional service organizations, leads will come in. It'll be through a website or word of mouth. It will go into a CRM. They'll then have projects of one way, shape or form. They'll sell time. That time then needs to be invoiced, and you have a flow through of systems. And we help organizations find the right ecosystem for them. Typically, they want to move to the cloud. They want to use SaaS solutions, and it's around joining the data together and how that data flows and underpins their business process. And yes, you've got things like document management, collaboration. You've got all those other things that go around the edge. We help put that together. For manufacturers, it's a similar kind of thing. They will have a job that they'll have a sale that comes in, that then will translate into something that they have to make or do or store. And so it will come through maybe a CRM that goes into some form of manufacturing system and planning system that then comes out that needs to be invoiced. So it's from order to cash every which way that we'll look at those ecosystems and other things that may track in, like it could be timesheets, it could be other kind of delivery solutions and what have you, know, for vans that are delivering and what have you. And there's a whole host, but at a very broad stroke, it's those kind of SMEs that need some help, either moving away from legacy systems, moving away from spreadsheets, moving to the cloud, that want to have that flow through and putting the right strategy in place. For others, it's just a case of they've grown big, they've outgrown their solutions, they're in a bit of a knot, they don't have the right knowledge or or they don't have the time to really kind of figure it out. They don't have the right people in the organization, and they need someone to come in who's trusted, who they can get on with and help them work through this problem and then find a pathway forward. So it can be anyone, but typically that there are our kind of customers really.